Watch this, watch this. So this guy here, all these guys, they're working without weights. You can go here and add some weights. Let's make your life a little harder. Okay, 1 is fine. 2, I can see the arms going. 3, I don't think he'll be able to lift it. Not bad, not bad. He can do better, my friend. Come on, let's go. Come on, come on. He's stuck. He's stuck. He's going to. Oh, let's do this. Can we add one more? No, that's max. Hey, if you look at him, he'll be cracked under this very soon. So we have a new Cyberpunk game called the Ascent, and I've been playing this a lot over the last 2 weeks or so, and I want to share my opinions, give you my review. I have played both the Steam version and the Xbox Game Pass version. The Steam version was given to me by the devs themselves, so thank you to them for providing me with a copy. The Game Pass version, of course, is for the Xbox Game Pass, and it is available day one, both on the console and on PC. And I've been playing that with a friend in co-op. So Steam version is solo, and the Game Pass version is in co-op with a friend who's playing on Xbox. Think of this as a open world Cyberpunk RPG in the isometric perspective. Don't think of this as the Diablo style ARPG, because this one does not have end game content. It's just like a normal game. You complete the quest, do the side missions, and do some RPG elements, leveling up, things like that. So it's more traditional open world RPG in that sense. You can play solo, obviously, or you can play with up to 3 friends in co-op. I've played mostly with one other friend, and yeah, it's been fine. It's been a lot of fun. This is the most fun I've had this year. So first and foremost, let's talk about the good stuff. It's got incredible level design. There is like multiple tiers of this world. The lower rung is like where the poor people live. The higher you go, it's the richer people. It's very big. The map is quite big, and it's jam-packed with stuff. Like, I've not seen so much stuff crammed into an open world game, because there are boxes everywhere, there are people, there's debris, furniture, all sorts of things, and there are a lot of people as well. Like, this is one of the busiest, most densely packed games I've seen, and it all looks really good. The lighting effects are good, textures are good, shadows, things like that. Everything looks very, very nice. Audio is also excellent. The music is amazing. There are occasions where I'm just, exploring, going into an area, I'm alone, and I've actually had to sort of, stop and say, wow, music is really good. Because normally I don't really even focus on the music in the background. But in this game, there were a few occasions where I said, yeah, music is really nice here. Fits the theme very well. Voice acting is also something that I've recently started focusing more on. And it is excellent here. Your main character, your protagonist, is the silent type. But everybody else, the quest givers and people, they are voiced. And they're all well done. Now, there are some RPG elements. You have different armors, you can level up skill points, things like that, but it's not very detailed. But it did not bother me too much. You can pick up a gun and then level it up like the first gun. Mostly, I haven't really bothered buying weapons because you get them from enemies that you kill. And so far, I've had multiple copies of the same guns that I usually sell. So buying guns, you could buy early on if you wanted something powerful, but so far, guns, armor, stuff like that, I've just picked it up from like the enemies we've killed, and there was no real need for me to, buy anything. The game has 3 difficulty settings that you can choose: easy, normal, and hard. And I've played mostly on the normal difficulty. There are some difficulty spikes here and there, and I noticed like there was one mission early on where I got killed quite a lot, and I had no issues up until then. And the level was also below my level. Like I was level 13 or something, and this mission was like a level 11 mission, and I was getting destroyed. There were just too many enemies. So I felt like maybe that mission was better suited in co-op. Now, I wanted to talk about a few of the issues, especially in terms of co-op. I had a lot of issues when I was playing with a friend in co-op. On my own solo game, there was no issue, obviously. There was no bugs, etc. in terms of matchmaking. But in the co-op game, there were some issues, not just in terms of matchmaking, but also bugs in the game. There was a patch recently on the 6th of August, which should have fixed quite a lot of issues. But obviously, there'll be some more issues still around. Stability wasn't great because I noticed spikes frame drops. Like one moment is 80, 90 FPS, and then it suddenly drops to like 16, 20 FPS. And I think it's because when you move in and there are a lot of enemies, it tends to happen. Now, I am on a very low-end system. I have an RX 570 as my graphics card. And this is a brand new game. It has a lot of features, things like RTX on and stuff like that. So maybe if you have a better graphics card, you may not notice these issues. But for me, these were like noticeable on the Steam version. The Xbox Game Pass version, on the other hand, it ran better for me. So I don't know what was going on. Also, I noticed some difficulty spikes in the co-op version, which were annoying to us when we were playing. So there was this mission where, I won't give away too much, but there's like a big spider you have to fight. And when I was playing on my own solo, I killed it first attempt. When I was playing with a friend, we were getting destroyed. We died probably 7-8 times. We lowered the difficulty to easy and we were still struggling. So I think this might be due to the recent patch. And because I noticed some of the early reviewers mentioned that the difficulty was too easy. So they may have increased the difficulty or something. As far as the gameplay is concerned, this is a twin stick shooter. I personally enjoyed it more with the controller. A lot of people said the keyboard and mouse controls were better, but I was more comfortable with the controller. So again, it could be something that was just about preference, or maybe there were some issues at the start that got patched. Now, I am a keyboard and mouse player for the most part. I only play shooters and racing games with a controller, but on this occasion, controller was more enjoyable for me. The normal gameplay is pretty standard. You go to main, you have a main mission, you have side missions, you look at the level, and then you do the missions based on the level. In terms of moving around the game, you have a train, which is a fast travel. There's also a taxi, and there are elevators where you go up and down the different levels of this game. The whole setting is like a massive tower where everybody lives, called an arcology, and there are different tiers. So the poor people live below and the richer people live up higher and higher. So in order to go through these levels, you have these massive elevators that you take. And then when you're on the individual floor, you could say, you have trains and taxis. Now, for some reason, the train is free, but the taxi will cost you 1,000 credits. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, it's not a big deal. So would I recommend this game? Yes, I enjoyed this quite a lot. There are some minor issues, as I said. So you could try waiting, just put it on your wish list and pick it up when it's patched. Of course, I make these sales videos, so maybe in 3 to 6 months time, I'll be mentioning this as like a great deal with 50% off, new highest discount or something. But right now, it's perfectly fine. 1 or 2 minor issues. We had 1 or 2 game breaking bugs. There was one bug where we had to take an elevator, go up, kill someone. And after a few attempts of dying, the elevator bugged out. We couldn't use the elevator. The solution we found was to play that level in solo. So my friend played that in solo. He got through that, came back, and then invited me again, because that seemed to be like a known issue. But apart from that, it's been fine. It's been great fun playing with a friend. So yeah, I would highly recommend this game. Definitely put it on a wish list and pick it up when you are in the mood for something like this.